I loved you. I liked you. I needed you. Ed, ed, ed. Why did I pronounce these words differently? We're back with ED pronunciation in English. So, these words all end with the letters ED, but I pronounce these words differently. So today, we are going to talk about the 3 different ways that we pronounce words that end in ED. D, loved, T, liked, and id, needed. Let's get started. Okay, teacher, there are 3 different sounds for ED. So, how do I know which one to choose? Well, the last sound in the word before ED tells me what sound I'm going to choose. So, let's look at the first example. Okay, sound number 1, D. You heard this when I said the word loved. So, why did I say D for loved? Because the last sound in the word love is V. If the last sound of a word is V, and I put ED, I'm going to say D. Loved. Lived. And this sound is the same for all of these letters. For example, L. The last sound in this word is O. Call. With ED, called. The last sound in this word is N. Clean. With ED, cleaned. The last sound in this word is offer. With ED, offered. The last sound in this word is J, damage. With ED, damaged. The last sound in this word is Z, amaze. With ED, amazed. Remember, it is the sound that is important, not always the letters. For example, this word ends with SE, but the sound is the same as amaze. This word is use. So with ED, used. We also do this if the last sound of the word is a vowel. For example, play. The last sound in this word is A. ED, played. Continue. The last sound in this word is U. With ED, continued. Follow. The last sound in this word is O. Follow. With ED, followed. So, let's look at an example sentence. I called this girl. She amazed me. I loved her, so we got married. So, if the last sound of a word is a vowel, play, continue, follow, when we put ED, we will say D, played, continued, followed. Or if the last sound of the word is one of these letters, we also use D. These letters are called voiced sounds in English. And we're going to talk about the difference between voiced and unvoiced sounds when we look at example number 2. Example number 2. T. You heard this sound when I said liked. Like, liked. So, why did I say liked? Why not liked? Because the last sound in the word like is k. If the last sound of a word is k, when we put ed, we make the sound t. Like, liked. And this is the same for all these letters. For example, p, hope. When I put ed, hoped. Sh, wash. With ed, washed. Ch, watch. With ed, watched. F, laugh. With ed, laughed. S, kiss. With ed, kissed. This sound we can also make with ce. For example, dance. The last sound in this word is the same. S, dance. With ed, danced. So, here is an example sentence. Yesterday, I helped my friend. We washed the dishes, then we washed his car. After we finished, we watched TV. So, in the first example with duh, I talked about voiced sounds. In this example with t, I am talking about unvoiced sounds. What? A voiced sound in English is a sound like z or v. It is a sound that has voice to it. An unvoiced sound is a sound like s or sh. These do not have voice in the sound. They are more sounds that we make with air. And if you want to feel and hear the difference, you can touch your throat while you are making the sound. For example, the sound z and the sound s. There is a little bit more movement, vibration in your throat when you make the sound z. When you make the sound s, it's mostly just air coming out of your mouth. Z is voiced and s is unvoiced. So, if I have a sound like z or v, I am going to say the sound d when I put an ed on the word. If I have a sound like ch, sh, s to finish a word, and I put ed, I'm going to make the sound t. That is why I say amazed, and I say kissed. Voiced, unvoiced. Okay, last sound example. Id. If we have a word that ends in t, like want, or d, like need, these are special. And we make a different sound when we put ed on these words. We make the sound id. Want, wanted. Need, needed. This sound is a little bit different because it adds one syllable to the word. Need, needed. Want, wanted. This is something that we only use when the last sound of a word is t or d. So, here is an example sentence. My friend wanted me to paint his house. We started at 8 o'clock in the morning and we ended at 8 o'clock at night. I hated it. Okay, quick review. If the last sound of the word is a vowel, play, follow, continue, we make the sound D when we put ed. Played, followed, continued. If the last sound is a voiced consonant, like live or clean, we also make the sound D. Lived, cleaned. If the last sound of the word is an unvoiced consonant, like wash or hope or like, we make the sound T when we put ed. Washed, hoped, liked. And if the last sound of the word is T or D, we use the sound id when we put ed on these words. Started, ended. Okay, one more example with all of these sounds together. When I finished class, she called me. I was so happy because I needed to talk to her. Okay, that is all for ED pronunciation in English. I hope this video helped increase your English pronunciation a little bit. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon.